when you're looking at them, make sure they're all pushed down. Oh, that actually looks good. Now I just need to take it with the key in. Be gentle, because this is brass. It's nice and soft. Take a file. Kind of wiggle the key when you're doing it. File them all flush. Sometimes they'll get a little bit of a burr on them now. Put your finger on it when you pull out the keys, because these things like to jump. Then make sure they all want to push down. Get a screwdriver that fits in there and just kind of spin it. Make sure to clean off any burrs. They all sink down good. They all raise up good. Okay. Now we're able to actually put this back in this cylinder. So I'm just going to leave all the lower ones in. I'm going to slide it back in the way it went. Yep. I'm going to re-crimp the little edges they had on there. Re-crimped it so it spins, but it can't come out. I still got the key not lined up with those holes. So now I'm going to take my top tumblers. Make sure they all look good. Insert all those. Usually one end's a little bit more rounded than the other. That's the end that slides on the other tumbler. Put that down. These look like they both have a nice little round. You know, they put a little bit of slop in them in case the key just isn't perfect. I'm going to set in all my springs. Now I'm going to put my thumb over it, hold them all down so they're all applying pressure. And I'm going to put the key up, pull out the key, put it in just a little bit. Yep, it's locked. I can't turn it. Put the key all the way in, turns just fine. If it doesn't turn just perfect, then you might have to refile them a little bit, take it back apart, refile it. Okay. Let my thumb off the springs really carefully. And now, I'm going to take a screwdriver or something just a little bit smaller than the hole in the spring. This just happens to be a punch. I'm going to set up my... I'm actually going to crimp the top just a little bit. This is smashed. It just has to hold those springs in. Push it down. I'm going to push it down pretty far and just can grab on the top of it. A little bit tighter. Kind of smashing over the top edge just so the spring doesn't come out. Yep. It's pretty soft metal. The next one. There, I've just barely crimped it down. So just, you see my crimp marks. So it holds the springs back in. Take my key. Put it in a little bit, no turn. Put it in all the way. Turns. Now the fun part, putting it back together. So I'm just going to put the key in. I'm going to put the cylinder in. Grab the key again. You'd think I'd stop putting these in my pocket. Guess force of habit, right? So let's see if it actually works. Bam. Lock opens. Lock locks. Lock opens. So that spring actually just pushes right down on the bottom of here and against that plate to pop that up. So let's leave the keys out. Take that spring. Set that spring in. Take my plate. Set it back on. Line it back up over the rivets. Pop them back through. If you didn't have a, now I'm going to actually just weld, do a little teeny spot weld on top of the rivet head to give it a new little head. But if you didn't have a welder, you could probably do something like JB Weld. I mean, because that's on there right now. I mean, that's on there pretty dang tight. You could probably JB Weld under there and a little bit on the top, and that would hold it. But see, spring's nice. Let's lock it. Still tight. I'm just going to put a spot weld on top of each one of these rivets. Now you can take that glorious master lock symbol, slide that back on. Take the key, try that again, works, lock's a little warm. Locks. Unlocks. That's how you rekey any padlock. Good luck.